Hey guys, good morning. This is Wednesday morning here, April 1st, just continuing on with our Chapter 9 notes. Those of you that maybe already logged in a classroom or saw, I did just post my answer to the assignment that was yesterday, that check your understanding in section 9.2. A lot of you did it. A lot of you did, got the right p-value or did some things well. We just need to get better, and I touched base on this in my recent post. We just got to answer the question more thoroughly. The examples in the notes are given to you guys for a reason, because that's how I expect you to kind of carry out your work. And because you have that in front of you, I expect to see that in these future assignments. Okay. So I tried to give you a good template. You can kind of take a look at my answer. Pretty much what I did there, that's what I would expect you to do. Okay. So the next example that we're going to go over today is just one thing. It's a two-sided test, which simply just means the HA is going to be a not equal to type of test. Okay. Hopefully we didn't have any issue with the calculator. I got my calculator here on the screen as well to just kind of, again, go over this with you. And I think we should be getting to the point where we're pretty confident with it. Okay. So this example right here talks about an accounting firm. When it audits companies' financial records for fraud, they use this test based on what's called Bedford's Law, which states that the distribution of first digits in real-life sources of data is not uniform. When there is no fraud, about 30.1% of the numbers in financial records begin with the digit 1 when there's no fraud. If the proportion of first digits that are 1 is significantly different than 30%, then this company, AJL and Associates, do a much more thorough investigation of the company. All right, so they suppose a random sample of 300 expenses from a company's financial records result in 68 expenses that begin with the digit 1. Should AJL and Associates do a more thorough investigation? Meaning, do we have significant data to show that the proportion of these records that begin with something other than 1, all right, is something other than 30%. Okay, so our hypotheses, remember, the HO, as you'll see here, is always an equal to, all right, as you see right here. The HA is the one that you're forming based on the suspicion or something that's kind of said to you in the problem. And in this case, we just want to see if it's a non-equal to, right? It doesn't say less than, doesn't say more than, just something different than 30%, all right? Here is where they're going to define the parameter, which you see that I did in my example as well. You have to show me the conditions, guys. All right, you have to tell me that it's random, explain 10%, explain large counts. Okay. Again, what you see in front of you here typed out is maybe a little too thorough, like maybe not needed to this extent, but what you see in my answer from yesterday, that's what I expect. All right. So once you form your hypotheses, once you lay out the conditions, we're then going to go to the calculator to get our answers, the ones that we need here. Okay, so we're going to pick up the calculator, and we're going to hit menu, we're going to hit statistics, stat tests, and we have a one prop z test, so that's 675. Whatever you put for your HO goes here, so 0.301. In the problem, it's going to tell you of the sample. All right, so of the sample of 368 expenses. So X would be 68, N is our sample size. We do have a not equal to, so no need to change this, as the default is this right here. So that's all you had to do. You're going to hit OK. And these same numbers that I got by hand, which is not necessary, I just wanted to point that out to you guys in case someone didn't have a calculator or whatever. Here's that, okay? Here's our p-value. It's small, 0.005. So we have to show that. We have to show that we use the calculator's one prop z test. We got this p-value. And then we have to come up with this concluding sentence. All right, the concluding sentence being, because the p-value is less than this number, we reject the HO. We reject this, meaning we have evidence that supports our suspicion or this claim, this feeling that we have about our HA, which means that in this particular problem that AJL and Associates should do a more thorough investigation of this company's financial records. Okay? So guys, use this video, rewind it, pause it, whatever you need to do. Use this example. But today's assignment will be for you to carry out this problem right here. Okay? According to the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, job stress poses a major threat to healthcare workers. This news report claims that 75% of restaurant employees feel that work stress has a negative impact on their lives. Managers of a large restaurant chain wonder whether this claim is valid for their employees. A random sample of 100 employees finds that 68 said yes. Does work stress have a negative impact on your personal life? All right, so you're going to carry out the test. Again, your HO, guys, is always going to be the equal to. So when you're doing this problem, your HO should be P equals. And we are doing a two-sided test, which is another name for a non-equal to test for this particular problem. And it was kind of said right here. Where's it at? Yeah, managers of a large restaurant chain wonder whether this claim is valid for their employees. Meaning, is it true? Is it? They didn't say is it more than 75 or less than 75. It could be either one. It's just is it really 75%? Okay. So run the type of test. Look at my answer. Look at the problem we just did together here. Use the calculator and submit this later today. All right, guys. Thanks. Hope everybody enjoys their day today. Talk to you soon.